this is my guideline, and then it's also my shoulder line. Here I have my chest line. From my shoulder to my chest line is 9 inches. Then I have my waist, the hip, and the hemline. Okay, so here I have two lines, the hip line and the hemline is close together because the fabric I have is not that much, so and I need to manage that to achieve what I want to achieve. Okay, so here I'll be inserting my shoulder measurement, which is 16 divided by 2 to give me 8. Here I will insert the same measurement, 8 inches, on the chest line. I'll connect these 2 points together with a straight line. Here I will insert 3 inches. This is the standard neckline measurement, and from the shoulder line down I will insert 1 inch. Then this 1 inch mark and the 3 inches mark is connected with a straight line. Now for the back, my slope is going to be half an inch. So here I have 1 inch down to have my slope, shoulder slope. So for the back is going to be half an inch. Now here I folded my tape measure to get the midpoint, and from there I came in by 3/4 of an inch. From here to here I'm going to connect with the straight line. And on the chest line I would be inserting my round bust measurement plus 3 inches divided by 4. Now here this point and this point together with a curve line. I'm trying to get my armhole curve right, so I divided that part by 4 so that my curve line can pass through to the other side. So you can do whatever it takes you to get a smooth curve around that path. Okay, now on the waistline I have my round waist measurement plus 4 inches divided by 4. This pattern has no seam allowance. Okay, now on my hip line, from my waist down I have 9 inches as my hip depth. So on the hip line I am going to be inserting my round hip measurement plus 4 divided by 4. So from my hip line to my hem line I think is about 1 inch. Like I said, I do not have much fabric to work with, so I need to manage what I have. That's why the hemline is that close to the hip line. And right now I am connecting this point together to have a good shape. You can see the shape right from the chest line down to the waist and down to the hip and down to the hemline. Do all you can to be as natural as possible when it comes to curving it, you know, shaping the body's block. Okay, and on the hemline I measured 1 inch upward. So that means on the hip line I'm trying to curve to have a little shape on the down parts. Okay, so you can decide to leave it that way, or you go up by 1 or 1.5 inches and curve it. So you can decide to also bring the to have a long blouse if you so wish. So now here I'm going to create my yoke. from my shoulder line down, I measured 7 inches. Okay, and I'm connecting to have a straight line as shown. This is my yoke. So I'll be inserting measurement to have my neckline here. Initially I did 5 inches by 4, but later on I decided to change it. So my final neckline is 5 inches by 3.5 inches. So the width is 5 and the depth is 3.5 inches. Now here I came in by 1/4 of an inch. Can you see? I came in by 1/4 of an inch and blended it. So the reason I did that, it's because the sleeve that is going to, be made or be attached to these bodies is going to be a puff sleeve, and it's also going to be in a cap design. So a cap sleeve is going to be attached to it. So I don't want the shoulder to be too wide. So that was why I removed 1/4 of an inch from it. So it's not bad at all. This is what I have as my front pattern. Okay, and here I will cut out my yoke. Okay, so now I'll be going over to make my back pattern. Here I am inserting 1 inch from the edge of the paper to serve as my zipper allowance. Here I measured 1 inch, right? But eventually I used 3/4 as my zipper allowance. Okay, so I'm folding in to avoid confusion. You can do this or you skip it, it's optional. Now all I did on the front pattern, I'll be repeating the same on the back pattern, except the slope that is 1/2 inch. Okay, here it's 1/2 inch instead of 1 inch, and the neckline is 5 inches wide and 1.5 inches deep. Okay, so everything is the same, and I think another difference here is the center back, because of the removal of the zipper bulge. Okay, so of course you know how we usually do it. So of course, and there's going to be a zipper on this center back. On the front there will be no zipper, so there has to be a difference. Okay, so these are just the major differences between the back and the front. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please and please make sure you do so. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and you are very free to share my videos, very free. And if you have questions, of course you are very free to drop your questions in the comment section. I promise you I'm going to respond to your questions, okay? Here I'm not going to be doing the stitching, okay, in this video. So the stitching will come in another video, the next one. So please ensure you watch out for that, okay? So because I don't want this video to be too long, this is almost 15 minutes video, and I don't want it to be more than this. So the cutting and the stitching is going to take place in the next video, okay? So for enquiries about my online course, I'll be dropping the number to contact. So please let it be only WhatsApp, just to chat. It's not meant for calls. This is my yoke. This is the rest of the pattern, and here this is my back. Okay, so I'll be using this pattern to cut this fabric. This is crepe, and I'll also be making use of this material, this fabric, for the yoke. All right, so if you want to know how to cut and to stitch, okay, please watch out for the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.